Awesome. Well, welcome to the call, everyone. Blessings and great morning. Thank you so much, Alicia, for that amazing introduction and for opening up the call with only the way that you can, with nothing but love and light and energy. Greatly appreciate you. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. If you are returning once again, welcome home. I remember when I first joined entrepreneurship and not really joined entrepreneurship, but got started and decided to actually take it serious. I was looking forward to these type of calls. And not only was I looking forward to these type of calls because of the information I was going to receive, but I was looking forward to these type of calls for the inspiration I was going to receive. And I will tell you this, start your morning with positivity, start your morning, set the intentions for your day, because garbage in is garbage out and greatness in is greatness out. So kudos to each and every single one of you guys that said, hey, I want to start my morning with the right people on the right track, right? And surrounding myself with greatness, because iron truly and faithfully does sharpen iron. So let's get right into it. We have an amazing training event taking place in a city near you this Saturday. So many of you have been dropping in the chat. Type it in the chat. Let me know what city you're going to be at. Somebody said they're going to be in ATL. Somebody said they're going to be in Jersey. Somebody said they're going to be in Wichita, Kansas. Somebody else said they're going to be in Arizona. Somebody else said Tampa, Florida. Go off. Let me see where you're going to be at this Saturday. Tampa, New Jersey, Jersey. I love it. I love it. So I want to talk about really quick the importance of not only getting people to the training event on Saturday, but the importance of getting people to the big shot event that we have going on tomorrow. See, I'm going to tell you guys the reason why, right? And I know a lot of you are looking at this like, oh man, we have a big shot event and maybe I don't necessarily want to invite to both. And how many people are like, man, it's somewhat of a hassle to invite to a training event. Can you raise your hand on here if you're like, or type it in the chat if you're having difficulty inviting for tomorrow's event? Maybe you already invited for the training, but you haven't quite got people in the space to invite for maybe tomorrow or maybe Saturday. Yes, don't be shy. Don't send it to anybody, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a really quick way to invite. And I'm going to tell you the reason why us as leaders, we said, hey, you know what? We're going to lead the field. We're going to make sure we find the venue. And trust me, is it something easy to do? No, by any means, guys. And I've been in promoting and doing this for going on a decade. But I will tell you, I will never stop because I understand the power of these big shot events, right? So not only are we doing one in English here in Tampa, we're also going to do a Spanish one. And guess what? One of the lead trainers, he can't be here in time for the Spanish one. So your girl's like, okay, no worries. I got it in Spanish. It's okay. Right? It's all good. Why? Because I understand this. Leaders lead. Right? And everybody needs to get access to the information that we are launching. But the power of truly having people, the more people that you have at these events is powerful, because there's not one person that goes to the big shot event on a Friday that does not get to go to the training on Saturday. See, you get enough people to the big shot event, we'll get people on there. We'll get people in the training room for you on Friday. And here is a cool way to invite, right? And one way is, and if you're taking notes, you may want to write this down. Hey, I am having a leadership and lifestyle event, or I'm having a VIP event. One of my millionaire mentors will be in town. I have 2 VIP tickets left. Can I put your name on one of them? I'm having a VIP launch event. I have 2 VIP tickets left. Can I put your name on one of them? How many people know that people love being VIP? How many people can agree to that? People just love being VIP. Yes, say yes. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And the truth of the matter is that if you take advantage of the big shot events, if you take advantage of getting people to the training, you're going to see an absolute difference. You're going to see an influx in the numbers that you have of people at training. So type a 1 in the chat if you're the person that's like, listen, I need more people at this training event with me, and I don't have as much people as I would like. Type a 1 in the chat. Let me see who I'm talking to. Make sure you send it to all panelists and attendees. Awesome, awesome. And guess what? Try it. Just try it. Hey, I have 2 VIP tickets left for a leadership and lifestyle event. Or hey, I'm hosting an event, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put, this is something that I did, right? Because I understand that you can't necessarily make it weird for people, right? You can't necessarily make it weird for people. But the truth of the matter is that people want to be around people. There are still some people that are a little weird about it and whatnot, and that's okay. Those are not the people that we're looking for. But if you click on these Eventbrites that I created, right? One is in English and one is in Spanish. And all it says on there, right? And I'm gonna pull this up for you guys really, really quick, because I want you So we are going to get this party back started. I know somebody is going to be absolutely blessed by this. This is why the devil is a liar, trying to stop the greatness that is taking place, but it is okay. So as I was talking to you guys about the power of inviting, the power of training, if you actually check on the link that I had just put on there for you guys, right? You're going to see the language that we utilize for the Eventbrite. Why is that? Because you always want to keep it about what it is. Get to the facts. See, there's no need for agent talk. There's no need for rep talk. And what does that mean? If you tell somebody, hey, my blue diamond is coming into town, they have zero idea what that means. Zero idea, because they don't understand ranks. But here's what people do understand: relationships. People understand accomplishments. So here's what we talk about all the time: edification. So what I did was just edified the event. I just edified what was taking place. I just edified, like, hey, this is something that is not only going to be beneficial for you, this is going to be something beneficial for your family if you wanted to be at the right place at the right time. And I got right to it. I said, listen, we're going to talk about residual income, but we're going to talk about how can you live life more? Who is this for? Anybody that wants to travel, anybody that wants more out of life, anybody that wants to be at the right place at the right time. And I did one in English and one in Spanish. And if you're like right now, man, I don't know, that looks a little too intense for me, Pam, copy and paste and tailor it to the training going on in a city near you. Or just copy and paste in the sense of just utilize the language to get people to the big shot event, because I will tell you that there is so much power in you getting people to the big shot event. Like today, I'm literally going to just spend hours upon hours smiling and dialing, getting people to these big shot events. Because here's one thing about Pamela Pacheco: I refuse to be embarrassed. So there is no way I am going to let anybody come into my city and not have people at the training events, because I understand that there's not only power in numbers, right? There's power in getting people to training. There is power in persistence. Persistence beats resistance each and every single time. So if you're not comfortable right now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not comfortable, type a 1 in the chat. If you're the person that's like, listen, I love this, but I'm not necessarily comfortable of where I'm at in my business. Type a 1 in the chat. If you're the person that's like, I'm comfortable of where I'm at in my business, but I know that there's another level. I know that I want to help more people. I know that I want to live life more. I know that this is something that can not only bless me, but allow me to bless others. Type a 1 in the chat. See, right now is the time to not feel sorry for yourself, but put forth action. Say, hey, who can I get? And I will tell you guys, this is a Pomodoro technique. And if you shout out to Mr. Josh Valentine, he always, this is one of those skill sets that a lot of people, here's why the Pomodoro technique works with highly productive people, because highly busy people are busy, successful people are busy being productive. But so if you're the person that's like, I don't even know what a Pomodoro technique is, type a 1 in the chat so we could go over it really, really quick. But I will tell you that the reason why the Pomodoro technique is so effective is because, okay, Natasha, I'm gonna talk to you right now about what that is. And a lot of people, okay, Myra, thank you so much for your transparency, right? But let me tell you what exactly it is. It's you saying, hey, I am going to block out 25 minutes for a dedicated task. When you have a lot of things going on, or you may have a lot of businesses, or you may have a lot of things, a lot of projects, you may have kids, you may have family, you have a lot of things going on. The best thing is to know that this technique is for you. This technique is to indeed help you. So what exactly is it? It's a time management method based on a 25-minute stretches of dedicated time, of focused time to that task. So you basically say, hey, I'm going to do 25 minutes of inviting. I'm going to do 25 minutes of following up. I'm going to do 25 minutes of reaching out to my team. I'm going to do 25 minutes. And then you're going to take like a 5 to 10 minute break in between. So you're going to do this for 4 intervals. What does it mean? 25, take a 5 to 10 minute break. then another 25, take a 5 to 10 minute break, right? And you can do that as much as you would like to. And why is this powerful? Because this is not only something that you can apply to this business, this is a time management method that you can apply to anything and everything in life. So if you're the person that's like, I definitely want to be able to take advantage of this event, you still have time to take advantage of this event. Without a shout of a doubt, there is time for you to invite. There is time for you to pack this event out. And trust me when I tell you, the more people you have at this Friday event, the more people you will have at training. So if you're not happy with the numbers for your training, cool, still invite for training. Okay. And I'm going to tell you the reason why, if you were not on the call, our training right now is complimentary, because the fields, because of leaders like myself, leaders like the people in your upline said, hey, how can we not only knock this SRT out of the park, but how can we knock this SRT so much out of the park that we get more people to Freedom Academy? Because big decisions are made at big events. And this Saturday is going to be a very big event. So we said, how about if we can get more tickets complimentary? So we have to get more people in the room on Saturday. And I tell you, if everybody on here just at least gets one person more, everybody should have a goal of 10 to 20 people. Guys, you're not paying for it. Like, your goal should be 10 to 20. Why? Because if you fall 50% short of that, guess what? You're still good. You're still good. You're still good. And speaking of training, I'm going to talk to you guys about really quick. I'm going to do a quick interview with the one and only Miss Michelle Briscoe from Atlanta, Georgia. And we're matching, sis. We are going to talk about really quick, and we're going to talk about, as you know, I want you to tell them a little bit about you and tell them who Michelle Briscoe is. You know, I think you have brand new people. She is not only one of our newest bronze agents, she is a author, she is in car finance, she is just a queen boss, super mom, girl, soon to be wife. Like, she is amazing, right? But I want her to talk to you guys about and tell them a little bit about you. These are some people that for the first time are hearing you. Talk to them. You're on mute. Sorry. Okay, there you go.
Good morning, everyone.
Great morning, sis.
For that amazing introduction. Everyone, my name is Michelle Briscoe, aka the Lady Dealer, and my partner, Terrion Crook, the love of my life, introduced me to Pam Pacheco, and our life has not been the same. I remember when we were introduced to Secret at an SRT event. And in my world, SRT is a big thing because SRT stands for Street Racing Technology. So it's something that, you know, I always remember because it's a term that I've been using for many years, just in a different space. So SRT for us means power and speed. But for us, the SRT training.
Hold on, sis. You just dropped the nugget. I wasn't even prepared for it. And I want to write this down. So you said in car financing, SRT stands for Street Racing Technology. Mm-hmm. But what it does is it gives you speed and power.
Yep.
Y'all wrote that down? Because that's exactly what this SRT gonna give you. Okay, continue.
You will, I'm telling you, all roads lead to SRT. Get in the room with the invite. I remember Terrion sharing with me that you had VIP tickets for us, and you know me, VIP me. I'm a front row kind of girl. You see me at a sporting event, I want to be in the front. If I'm at a boot camp, any fitness class, I want to be in the front because there's just some power about being that, you know, a front row girl. And just the environment, the skills that were introduced, I learned and met so many people that we're still connected with as well. Personal training and development is so important. Doing the inner work is so important to us. And I immediately walked in the room and felt so much love. And Pam, when she mentions VIP, when we say the word VIP, in secret, it's truly VIP. So I don't know what, many
Yes.
experience in terms of VIP, but it's a true VIP experience.
So let's back up a little bit. So you've been in car finance for how long?
Ooh, coming on 8 years as a finance.
Let me ask you something, Michelle. So I'm going to back it up. So Michelle actually went to a national as her first training event. It wasn't an SRT, right? And but you're right. It was still the experience. It's absolutely out of this world. It's even bigger than what's going to happen on Saturday, right? And she is right. What did I say? I told her and her boyfriend, hey, I have VIP tickets for a leadership and personal development conference that some of my 7-figure mentors and I are hosting in Atlanta. They got your name on it. You guys are coming, right? I invited him. The event was February. I invited him from November. And then I followed up again in January. And I followed up again in February, right? I will tell you that, again, I've known Terry on for years, but the reason we connected was because, if you guys don't know, I am a business coach, right? But everything that I do, it all is in an ecosystem because it all goes with my lifestyle. It all goes with what I do. Now, what I love is that I know this can be integrated into anybody's lifestyle. And when he had told me about this Queen Boss girlfriend of his, I was like, oh, I got to meet her. I have to meet her. Like, I have to meet her right now. Right. So that was perfect. So repeating that, somebody said, let me repeat it. So I have a personal development and leadership conference. My 7-figure mentors and I, because you don't want to say like it's somebody else hosting it, right? You want to include yourself because we are secret. So the language is important because we are hosting this, right? Yes. We are hosting a personal development and leadership conference on Saturday. If you know somebody is fun, says you talk to their colors. So again, really quick, the blues are the fun people. The yellows are the people that want to help make the world a better place and save the dolphins. The greens are the analyticals. The blues are the having funs. The reds are the go-getters, the driven, the highly competitive people. So depending on the colors of who you're talking to, you're going to invite accordingly. So if I'm going to invite a blue, somebody that loves to have fun, I'm going to be like, man, I'm having such a fun event. This Friday and Saturday, we're going to have tons of fun. You're going to meet some incredible people. I'm going to make it always about the people. You're going to meet some incredible people. Again, edification, 2 truths and a feeling. You're going to meet some incredible people. They're highly successful, man, and they love to have fun. They're always traveling. On Saturday, we're going to have a personal development and leadership conference, but man, we're about to turn up. It's about to be fun. However you say you're going to have fun, exemplify that. Invite them leading with fun because you're inviting a blue. If I'm inviting a green, right, I'm going to say, man, we're having a personal development and leadership conference on Saturday. And not only are we going to figure out how we can the numbers necessary for freedom, but we're going to help a lot of people be free. And we have strategies and methodologies that we're going to go over that are going to help people prosper in every aspect of their life. And this can be integrated into anybody's lifestyle or business. So again, if I'm talking to a green, I'm going to talk about, hey, we got some strategies we're going to implement. We got some methods that we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk to them about facts and figures, because here's the reality. The greens don't want the fluff. They don't want the hype. They don't want the, right. We're going to be so excited. That's awesome. But that's how you invite a blue. That's how, okay?
Can I think, Coach?
Of course.
It was the personal development for me. Someone invest in personal development. We read books. We do the inner work. And let me tell you, Coach, Saturday in the car business, as you know, Saturday and Sunday are 2 of the most lucrative days. So people that are making excuses of not, carving out the time to prioritize investing in themselves, it's just an excuse. Saturday, again, I took off a Saturday and a Sunday, which are my busiest days in the dealership, because once Terrion told me it was about personal development, VIP experience, I made sure I took the time off to make sure that I was in that room. So
absolutely. And here's the reality. And this is why I do not talk about what the topic is going to be
Right.
before the calls, because people need to just make it a habit of choosing success early in the morning. Early bird gets the worm. It's not only in business, it's in life. Like the people like that stay ready don't ever got to get ready. So I know that the people that are on this call right now and are taking copious notes, because note takers are history makers, are the people that are going to have the most people at the event. And that is so powerful. So I invited her. I said, hey, it's a personal development and leadership conference. My 7-figure mentors and I have some VIP tickets with your name on it. So let me ask you something. What was the feeling when you were in the room?
The energy was almost indescribable. It gave me a lot of energy, and it was so moving. The love, everyone was interactive. I was like, babe, I was supposed to be here. It felt right. It's indescribable. The energy was electrifying. It was, oh, sorry, so a call came in, sorry.
You're great, you're great. So
Yeah.
let me ask you something. What was it that you wanted, that you had told me that I wanted this for the long time? Say it again.
Freedom, freedom, freedom. And
freedom.
Freedom.
So let me, and then, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay.
No, please.
Well, and to walk in, and the first thing I heard was Freedom Academy. They were actually introducing the Freedom Academy that's going to be taking place in Phoenix. And I'm like, babe, this is a confirmation. I had just worked 100 hours that week. Deals don't get done without finance. So I'm actually the last person to lead the dealership. So I was exhausted. So taking off that Saturday and Sunday, I was more like wanting to stay home, but I knew, I was like, I need something. I need something. And exactly what I needed, I got. My cup was running over with the information and options. I feel like, baby, this is it. This is it. Because we've been talking about ways to impact the world and to have more time freedom, and to immediately walk in. And when one of the speakers that were on stage, he said freedom, I'm like, I'm at the right place.
Amen. Amen. And I love that, because see, and here's the reality, right? It's interesting because I just posted a reel where I was talking about the formula, right? The formula for success. It's right place, right time, right people, massive action. Obviously in God-centered, but I'm not here to impose my faith and belief upon you, but that's just my formula, right? So right place, God or faith, whatever you believe in, right? Because it has to be stronger than the current circumstance. Right place, right time, right people, and massive action. Why do I say that? Because so many people, guys, are at the right place, at the right time, with the right people, and they don't take action. So being at the right place, at the right time, with the right people, and not taking action, it's as if you were never there. It's as if you were never there.
Wow.
And it's something that I heard years ago, Michelle, right? I heard this years ago, and I was like, what you talking about? That don't make no sense. Like right place, right time. Like, because not seizing opportunity within the lifetime, you have to seize opportunity within the lifetime of that opportunity. Because if you do not, it's as if your presence had no value. It's as if you weren't even in the room. And here's what I will tell you. You don't ever want to be at the right place at the right time with the right people and not take action. You got to take action. And let me tell you what Michelle did, right? This is how Michelle took action. She took action a few ways. One of them, she got started with a pack. Okay. And if you don't know what our packs are, she got started with our packs, and she's already working out. So this was already part of her lifestyle. And she takes these shakes and greens every day. And you have no idea how many times Michelle is in her office and all of her coworkers and her and I are talking, or we just finished doing a meeting, and her coworkers will walk in and is like, girl, you got some of them greens. I need some energy.
Facts.
You want to increase your sales, you want to increase your customers, you want to increase people's belief, be a product of the product. Take your products. It's not enough to get the pack, but again, you took action. You're utilizing what came in your pack as well, right? Let me tell you another way that Michelle took action. That same weekend, she started writing her freedom list. That's what we call it. If you work with me, you know that that's what we call it when we get you started. We call it your freedom list because that's what it's about. It's your freedom list. What's your freedom list looking like? Cool. Let's put it on paper. Because what you write in ink sinks. What you write in ink sinks every single time. And if you are the person that's just like, man, what is that? Like what you write in ink sinks, but it's about taking massive action immediately, right? So she started making her list. And then not only did she start making her list, but I had no idea what was going on in Michelle's life. From the outside looking in, she's very successful, which she is, right? But that doesn't mean she didn't want freedom. But had I never got her to that event, you wouldn't be talking to her right now. And I will tell you this, right? She recently came back from Mexico, and I'm going to let her end the call with that, but we're not going to go there right now. And she went on her getaway, right? She went on a 4-diamond resort at the 5 in Puerto Morales in Mexico, like overlooking the water. Absolutely incredible. She upgraded with her getaway. And I think she paid like $300 for the upgrade and got all inclusive, like $300 for 5 days, 4 nights for 2 people at a 4-diamond resort. You got to be kidding me. But let's back that up really quick. She also hit bronze recently. And if somebody asked Michelle, here's what Michelle's going to say. I hit bronze. How long did it take you?
Not even 2 months.
Okay, but here's the reality, right? You work this on a spare time. So immediately when you tell somebody, oh, it took me 2 months, what does quantifiable measure? You know what somebody thinks of? Oh, that's 60 days. 60 days times 24 hours, that's a lot. But truth be told, you put in an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, maybe every day or every other day, maybe let's say 4 to 5 times a week.
Okay.
For 60 days. So you're looking at about 35 to 40 hours that you really invested in 60 days.
That's facts. That's all facts.
Right? And let me ask you something. How many of those presentations you did on your own?
None. It's called leverage.
Baby,
leverage.
I don't care who you are. If you do not have a system and you don't have leveraged income, again, y'all hearing it from the horse's mouth. But here's why I want you guys to listen to this, because a lot of people are so caught up about where they're not. A lot of people are so caught up about what they do not have. If they can just do with the little bit of time they have. And Michelle is a whole mom, y'all, okay? She's a whole partner. She's not only a partner in life, but she's also a partner in her finance dealership. So I'm sharing this with you so that you can get a different insight, because the truth of the matter is that she's working 70 plus hours, but she said, hey, I'm going to take 1 hour a night. And maybe I'm not going to do it every night, but to just get people in front of my mentors, get people in front of the people that are going to help me. And if you think about 30 to 40 hours, that's not even 2 days worth of work. So truthfully, you didn't hit bronze in 60 days.
So you're right. So it was 30, if we had to quantify it.
30 hours, you're looking at 2 days, less than 2 days worth of work. And I want everybody to start looking at this differently. That's why I was just like, oh, I did this. No, in 60 days on a very spare time basis, I probably invested 30 hours. So if you really look about it, it took me less than 2 days to hit bronze, because you did this spare time. So I want people to have that mindset. Again, right place, right time, massive action, but she was invited the correct way, right? Hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, you want to change somebody's life, get them to a training. You want to impact the world. You want God to utilize you in ways that you've never even thought of. Get people to training. Be intentional about that every single time, because you never know what people are going through. People are living quiet lives of desperation. And I'm not saying that, Michelle, you were by no means, but you were looking for freedom. I didn't know that. But me being the servant leader that I am, and the mindset that I have, that it's like, man, I got to serve people, and I know God is utilizing me. So I'm just going to invite, because I got to meet God halfway. I got to do, like, faith without works is dead, but I got to put in the work. Let me get more people to this training. And I'm gonna tell you, this is what keeps me growing. This is what keeps me purpose driven. This is why I will never, ever, ever stop doing this, because as much money as I can make coaching and helping people, there's nothing like me building community. And I'm a community builder, but you can't build community without currency. And for currency, you need opportunity. And this is what's allowing people to get opportunity. So talk to us really quick. I'm going to borrow somebody else's story really quick, but talk to me really quick. How was Mexico for you? How was spending your birthday in Mexico?
Mexico, from the moment that my baby booked the flight, he went on Delta, saw that the flights were like $1,200, easily went to Club Secret. They were like less than half that price. But when we arrived at the resort, listen, we were greeted with 2 glasses of champagne. They checked us in, gave us the tour, infinity pool, very exclusive. I don't like crowded resorts, so it was very much like a boutique setting. The food, guys, I'm not big on buffets. They had restaurants, okay? So I remember when we went on an excursion, we could overhear some of the girls talking about them having to get an Uber to go to have breakfast because the buffet sucked. I was like, girl, you guys should have went to, Oceanfront. The food, the steaks were amazing. I mean, we had steaks like every single day. It was, Pam, amazing. I'm just like, babe, when is our next getaway? Because I was one of those skeptical people, like, how this trip gonna be? Listen, top tier. The room was amazing. The concierge, she knew my birthday was arriving, was like, oh, we can do this package. Just the communication. It was truly, truly amazing. I'm just so excited that we're like, oh my God, babe. People were approaching us, Pam. Oh my God, are y'all influencers? Who are y'all? What do you do? People at the resort. It was so funny.
Actually, we are influencers, baby. We're going to influence you to some freedom and living the good life. Come on over here.
Literally.
Yes, ma'am.
They walked up to us, asked if they could take pictures. I mean, it was a phenomenal experience. We felt so rejuvenated and refreshed. Of course, we had our products with us in our suitcase, because my birthday, being it was my birthday, every restaurant, they knew it was my birthday. Shot. So even with the shots and the celebrating and enjoying the moment of a true vacation, the boost was we were able to have like shots and drinks throughout the day, which are all included, of course, all inclusive. So the boost allowed us to have a good night's rest. So we were up working out, doing yoga, having excursions. Listen, a time was had. Thank you, Secret.
Yes, listen, I'm so excited to hear it. Listen, them boosters, their life. I like to call them my hangover helper, okay?
Yes.
And if you're not drinking, like you said, they regulate your sleep, so allow you to sleep no matter what is going on. So really quick, man, I'm excited. I know you're going to be in ATL, this SRT. I know you'll be in Freedom Academy. I'm so grateful for you, sis. Beyond business, just life. You have been such a blessing. You've been such a pleasure to work with. You and Tarion are absolutely incredible. Power couple in its entirety. And I cannot wait to see you guys winning big, continuously winning big, and living the good life in every aspect. Thank you so much for joining on this morning. Greatly appreciate you. If you have anything that you want to tell the people really quick before you log on, give it to them.
I just want to say thank you. I've never experienced anything like this, even within the organization that I'm with. you're self-motivated. So this was an answered prayer. I'm so grateful for you, the coaching, the calls, the training, and you taking such care of the people that we introduce you to. It's all velvet, treatment. And I appreciate the time and care. It's been just nothing short of a blessing. And I am so excited to be living this life with you and building and impacting and influencing the world. It's truly an answered prayer. We're beyond grateful, and I can't wait to be on that stage.
Yes, 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 yes. I am excited. Make sure that whoever is in ATL, please, when they call the new bronzes, I need you guys to record my girl and my guy walking stage. Please. Thank you so much. I wish I could be in every SRT, right? For recognition. That's what happens when you're growing a global business. But I'm excited. I get to see you at Freedom Academy. So thank you so much, sis, for getting on. Thank you for blessing. You have been an equal amount of blessing in my life. And thank you so much for going on this journey with us. And thank you for blessing us this morning. Greatly, really, greatly appreciate you. Have a great day. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Yes, yes, yes. So I want to talk to you guys really, really quick about, so when we talk about, the language of what we're utilizing to invite, and we're talking about all of these real things. See, I actually, before we get in it, and I know we have like 10 more minutes to 9, and we typically don't go over 9, but I'm going to tell you, there's 3 traits of a real leader, right? And there's so many different leadership characteristics, but one of them is that real leaders recruit. That is one of the traits of a leader, recruit. Real leaders have a vision that requires more than just themselves. So it's not just recruiting people into this business, but it's having that mindset of abundance of, I want to have a vision for more than just me. It has to be about we. If you guys realize when Michelle was talking and, giving me my roses, it's still overwhelming for me. Like, I just low-key got emotional that I'm like, girl, please don't make me cry right now. Right? Because I understand that it's never about me, but it's about we. It's about having a vision that is so big that it fits more people. So that's why, as leaders, it's important that you're in phase 1. And phase 1 is getting people in the system, recruiting people into not only the club, the business, but training. Number 2, a trait of a real leader, they raise up. Real leaders don't just execute a task, they build a team. And this could be a team of agents. It can be a team of customers. It can just be a team of people that want more out of life, that want to be able to give the good life, that want to be able to live the good life. And number 3, real leaders release. Real leaders recognize there's power in putting it into practice. So why do I say that? Because see, the more that you get people to training, the more that you get people to not only believe in themselves, but not only believe in this company, believe in the leadership, but believe in themselves, right? You're helping people just live out their wildest dreams. But you have to recognize that there's power of putting everything that you're learning into practice. And I'll say that because leadership is more than just a title. It's more than just a title we hold or a hat that we wear, right? In the essence, real leadership hinges on the fundamental word of team. Together, everyone achieves more. And the truth is, leadership was never meant to be a solo endeavor. So why would you think that this business is something that you're going to build solo? No, it's about a team. Get more people to the Big Shot event. Get more people to training. If you got to pick up people, if it's your closest friends, I got my guy Terry on getting his dad there. Yes, that was me with my mom. Like, listen, I need some people. I got some people that I need you to meet, and I just need you to be there. It could be anybody. Pick them up. I've never seen somebody jump out of a moving car. I've never heard that. And yes, Delicia, commitment always lasts longer in community. And I will tell you that the right vision with the wrong people, it's irrelevant. The right vision with the wrong people is irrelevant. But teamwork, it's about everything, because the very definition of leadership is influence. Your ability to influence the people around you, the ability to influence. If you think it's difficult for you to influence somebody to get them to a training event or a big shot event? How difficult do you think it's going to be for you to influence them to put in work? How difficult do you think it's going to be for you to influence them to change their life, for you to influence them to get to freedom? How difficult is that going to be? So ask yourself, how are you influencing those that you've been entrusted to lead? How are you depositing strength into those that will follow after you? Are you leading by example? Because again, the real leaders recruit, raise up, release. Teamwork always makes the dream work. And as we finish up the call, I want to take it to Philly really quick. And I am going to have Queen Boss Lisa Burton, who's actually going to be the host for the New Jersey SRT, talk to us a little bit about what her first training experience was like, right? And why do I say that? Because so many people think that, oh, the only way to build this is by recruiting a team. No, it's not. You can have a team of customers, right? You can have a team of people, and those customers become the most excited agents because you can't tell them nothing about the product, that it doesn't work. You can't tell them nothing about the people. So really quick, Miss Lisa Burton, how are you, Queen Boss? Tell the people a little bit about you. For those that do not know you, tell them a little bit about your background. She was in law enforcement for years. She was a nurse, but I want you guys to hear it from her. How you doing, Lisa?
Hey, I'm doing great, and thank you so much for letting me jump on. I'm not camera ready. Clearly,
You're
I didn't
great.
get
You're
the
great.
you must wear green today because that's not what I have on. But for those who don't know me, I'm Lisa Burton. I'm born, raised, still live in Philly. I am happily retired from law enforcement. I retired as a detective after a 25-year career in policing with the police department just outside of Philly. That was my second career. My first career, I was an operating room nurse, 10 of my 12 years in nursing. So I've made my contribution to society. Now it's time to hook up people's hands and change their lives in a whole nother way.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So let me ask you something. I know the answer to this, right? But I'm gonna act like I don't know it. What was the one thing that you were looking for at that stage in your life that when you saw this type of business model, you said, oh, I need that?
Well, thank you. And that's a great question because my perspective, I think, is sometimes different than what other people will normally share. I needed to have not only have fun because at that time it was about travel, but to know that I could share travel with others and be able to keep more of my money because the tax laws had changed at that time. We got punched in the face at tax time. When we had to write a check, I didn't like the fact it had a comma. I didn't like the number in front of the comma. And I was like, oh, we got to do something different. And it has been this industry that has been a game changer that swung us from that next year at tax time, swung us from owing a ridiculous amount to getting back a tax refund because it opened the door to being able to have business expenses and tax savings and tax deductions that a W-2 employee can never have access to.
Ooh, I'm just listening. I will tell you, powerful. Why? Yes, you just said savings is essential. Here's the reality. A lot of us right now, we have a lot of people on our chicken list that we are afraid to invite to the big shot event on Friday and to training on Friday because you think they make too much money, because you think they're too successful, because you think they would do nothing like this. And I will tell you that the reason why it was so important for me to have Lisa come and share is because it's very unique. See, you have somebody like Michelle that we just heard from, and they're two opposite stories. But here's what I don't want you to miss it. She needed a tax break. She needed, the tax laws had just changed where she lived. So if you're the person that you're like, man, I have so many people that I know would benefit from this, invite them. You go through enough numbers, you're not going to remember the no's. But you have a lot of people that are like Lisa, that are successful, that you're like, man, this is called recruiting up. If you ever heard somebody say, man, I spent a lot of money on taxes, a lot of successful people that have multi-million-dollar businesses that are making millions of dollars a year, they are looking for a tax write-off. a real tax write-off, right? Because they don't want to get audited, a real one. So thank you, Lisa, so much for sharing. So let me ask you something, Lisa. Let's fast forward it to your first training event. How was that experience for you?
Well, it was a very unique experience because my first training event, I didn't know what to expect. I brought my husband with me. It was an SRT because I actually learned about the business side while I was on a vacation, and it was bizarre. And I had been traveling since I was in my 20s, but never had I been in an environment where people were so free flowing with information about, hey, if you're a business owner, you can have these additional tax write-offs, blah, blah, blah. So I told my husband, hey, I'm gonna try this out. And it was a blessing because that Saturday that we got back from the vacation was a regional training event. So I wanted him to come with me because I wanted him to see what I was about to get started into. And so my husband's is in law enforcement as well. So with us hearing about a training event with our only thing we could compare it to was law enforcement training. Some people want to be there, some do not. It's business casual or it's wearing suits. So when we get to this training event, it's high energy, it's loud music, people are so friendly. I was like, really? We had on golf shirts and khaki pants, and people were there with flip-flops and sneakers and jeans. I was like, this is training. So it just opened my eyes to what training inside of this is like. And it was a game changer. And it's sometimes people just have to experience it for themselves, because I almost don't like saying training event, because if they've had training, it's a preconceived idea like us that they bring, and you get there and it's a whole nother situation.
Indeed. So if you didn't, I want to make sure you guys are picking up what she's putting down. Number one, somebody spoke to her about this while she was on vacation and she was not in yet. A lot of us have been using our getaways. A lot of us have been using our escapes. Make sure that you are talking to people, and anybody who you exchange social media with or talk about this, get them to an event. The power of an event. And that's what and this is why from the beginning of the call, we were talking about, hey, what are some words that we can utilize to, instead of saying leadership, instead of saying a training, because training seems boring. This is the same way why we avoid words like meeting or presentation when we're inviting. So utilizing words like, I have a leadership event, utilizing words like I have a lifestyle event, utilizing words like I have a personal development and leadership conference, or I have a VIP event. What's the event about? Usually when you utilize the words VIP in front of an event, people don't ask what's the event about. But if somebody asks you, what is it about? It's about lifestyle. It's about meeting great people, connecting with like-minded individuals. Have a conversation, because you never know who you have right now in your phone book that you can get to the next training. And we want another, I pray every single day I get the next Lisa Burton on our team again, right? Because we need that all day long. There's people right now that are making so much money and have zero idea how to write it off. And they're like, man, I am looking for these tax breaks immediately. So taking advantage of all of the tools, all of the resources. So you went to that training event and pretty much history is from there. But what is something that you would say, hey, you know what, if you want to leave anybody, why the importance of getting more people to this event is? I'm going to let you take the floor, Lisa.
Well, and thank you for that, Pam. The importance with the training is that we get to sit back and let people who are making high 6 and 7 figures, let them do the heavy lifting. It gives a person who, if they only heard about Secret from you, or maybe they know somebody else, it gives them a bigger view of Secret, that it's beyond you, it's beyond your state or your city. They get to meet other people. So as you said, you get to tap into the different colors. They get to see or feel the energy. They get to talk to people, be introduced to people who are winning at a high level. And it gets them to see a bigger vision of what Secret is, because it may have just been what they experienced through you. And now they're hearing it from other people, hearing different perspectives. And it just allows a person's mind to expand beyond what they may have come there with, and they leave 100% they leave a different person.
100%. They certainly do leave a different person. Thank you so much, Lisa, for blessing us this morning. Greatly, greatly appreciate you, your energy, your love, your light always. And guys, you know, Lisa, the way that she builds this is like no other. We call them the customer queen bosses because they are leading the way with the wine and wow spa parties, with the different ways of them coming about. And it is no doubt to me that, and no surprise to me that you are not only leading the charts, but you are leading this company. And I am so honored and grateful to be able to do life with you, Lisa. Absolutely love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So now, again, if you had just got on the call and you're like, okay, what were they talking about? 3 traits of a real leader. Real leaders recruit. We're staying in phase 1. Real leaders understand that the vision, it's more than just themselves. Real leaders raise up. They don't just execute a task. They build a team, whether that be a team of agents or a team of customers, a team of people that want to help more people. And real leaders release. Real leaders recognize that there's power about putting it into practice. And this Friday and Saturday, guys, it is time to put it into practice. It is time to play full out. If you're not where you want to be at in your business, you're not where you want to be at in your life, if your team is not the size that you want it to be, I understand. Take a moment, release it, forgive yourself, and move on. It is only onward and upward. And I will tell you that the announcements that are going to be dropped this weekend are incredible. Be the person that even act like this is your first event. Be at the edge of your seat. Do not let your back touch the chair. Okay, like, and tell somebody, listen, if I let my back touch the chair, charge me $100. I bet you your back's not going to touch that chair. Sit at the edge of your seat. Be the person that's excited. I don't care if you've heard this joke 1,000 times. You better act like this is your first time hearing it. Trust and believe that energies are contagious. The enthusiasm, you guys heard from Michelle, it was the energy cannot be explained. It only can be experienced. And right now you have the keys to people's future, to people's livelihood. Let's make sure we get them to the Big Shot event. Let's make sure we get them to training. Guys, take advantage of this opportunity within the lifetime of the opportunity. If you've heard both, if you've heard anything from these powerful women today, they were at the right place at the right time with the right people, but they took massive action, because being at the right place at the right time with the right people and not taking action, it's as if you were never there. And I know each and every single one of you guys have not only the present in front of you, but you have legendary lives to live. You have people that want to share your stories around the world. And I cannot wait to cheer you on and clap you on at our next event. I'll see you guys at our Big Shot event, and I'll see you guys this weekend. Great day and God bless. Breakfast has been served.